I feel like this is the sweetest one, though. We've done a lot of these.
This is the only one. What the fuck are you talking about?
Didn't have the #1 best start. I mean, it was okay, but I just found myself like in 8th place or so, and it just took me a while to get back up there. But man, I had no idea we were going to be running so much. Like, first lap into the off-camber, I was like, fuck, I rode this in pre-ride no problem, and now, like, you could barely walk across it with crampons.
Just a few too many mistakes today. I felt a little mentally off, a little out of it. I don't know. I rode a pretty good race. I was like happy to be nervous for today because I don't really get nervous for most races, but yeah, maybe it was a little too nervous. Next to no pedaling today, I thought. It was run that hill as hard as you could and stay upright. I rode the uphill right before the finish line, and he ran it, and so that's where I got the gap.
When Eric went with 3 or 4 to go, I knew, I said, look, I got to be patient. This course is hard. The chances of both of us making mistakes are high. I was breathing out of my eye sockets just to keep the gap close, but I had to focus on my race. I don't think I looked back once. I didn't know what was going on behind me. I knew Eric was what I needed to be focusing on.
The whole second half, I felt really good. I started yelling at Caleb and Lance at one point. I was like, come on, guys, we're not fucking fighting for 5th place, let's go. So I got in front of those guys, and once I got them, then it was just like slowly bringing Scott back. And mostly it was just like such a treacherous course. Like, anything could have happened out there. I knew that, like, as long as I kept myself in the fight, like, anything was possible, so I just had to keep my head down.
I tried a move on the off-camber descent. It took all of my skill and focus to do that, but I made sure to do it behind him so he didn't see.
He got on his bike at the end of the hill, and I didn't. I had tried that on the first lap, and I slid out, so I was scared to do that. And yeah, that was it. It basically was just that gap the rest of the race.
There was a battle in the last lap to win these corners going into the run-up. I held the run-up, the lead, and then as soon as I got to that descent, I was fully committed to that move, and yeah, I got the gap and just had enough in the legs to go.
I can't say that like I'm definitively the best guy in America now. You know, I'm disappointed for sure, but it's motivating. I think I'm happy for Curtis. He rode an excellent race. That was cool to see him get the win.
Curtis! You know, finally in Hartford, the Northeast, the community I grew up with, having so many people around me, it meant, yeah, I have no words. It really meant the world. So many people coming out, and you know, I think I just heard 18 national championships. So a long time to be for people to be supporting me in this sport, but you know, it's something I'll never forget.